for the wind. Oh, so younger than the sun. And the bodyboard was one as we sail into the mystic. Bright Tie Bear. Yo, Jim Bob. Yo. Welcome. Baldwin, how's it going, Baldwin Bear? Bay Ocean Bear. Jeff the Dude, yo. Sterling Fuentes, what's up? Shadow Mind Bear, what's up? Slow Moon, Buggy, Jonathan, Tat, Notorious, BEAR, Live Bob, Callista, hey, Callista, Demon Hunter. What's going on? Machinist, Mave Man. Is that Mave Bear? I thought Maeve was a chick name the whole time. Sorry about that. What's up, Dan, Sack, Young Hal, Hummingbird Ranch, Brandon, Jimmy James, Jedi Bear, Samantha Lux, Logos, Danny Octopus, Baldwin Bear, Danny RB, Bay Ocean, Yellow, Serena, what's going on? Mom Bob, yeah, we had to. My mom and dad are they're on vacation in Jersey Shore, and so they scheduled a dinner together, which I don't blame them. So we couldn't do last night. So I think tomorrow. Hey JB, can I get an RIP to the dupe doggo passed away? Wait, your dog died? Oh, well, rest in peace, doggy. Dog. Beard's looking full. Yeah, I have to maybe trim it a little. It's collecting a lot of food. Oh, you're at the shore next week? Yeah, I used to go there. It was a beautiful thing. I can't imagine how brutal it is there in the winter when it's all dead and depressing, though. Dr. Peterson, do you think there's an afterlife? Well, I mean, it's like, if there is an afterlife, it would be its own new life. It wouldn't be after anything. You know, if the eternal exists, it's more like a back to life, you know? And like, life itself could be basically a temporary holding pattern between the eternal, you know, and the temporal. It's like, fuck. I don't think I ever caught a YouTube live. Yeah, I've been switching over, well, because Instagram banned me. I can't even live stream there. So, shore in Colorado. No, Jersey Shore I used to go to. There's no shore, obviously. Peterson, have you ever been able to take a true leap of faith? Well, no. It's like someone asked me, you know, have you ever really committed to faith? And I couldn't even give them a yes. Let alone faith in what, you know? It's like, I act as though faith does exist, you know? It's like when I order some food, you know? If I say, I'll have the crunchy scallop roll. It's like, there's an element of faith that they will deliver that roll. And there's a level of expectation. And I think a better question is, have I been able to adequately separate that which is expectation and that which is true faith, you know? It's like, fuck. Any news on unauthorized? I don't know. I'll be on Owen tomorrow, and we might have some news. How's the gardening? Very terrible. I mean, the cucumbers are rampant. Tomatoes are garbage. The carrots are looking kind of cool. A little shrimpy. A little bit like Rogan carrots. But the rest is herbs. So, I mean, it's a garden, but it's nowhere near where we would like it to be, but also pretty much exactly where it would be given the space that we have, which is a tiny little back deck. Has a new guitar. Oh yeah. It's I didn't get to play it too much because it came. I went out to an Asian lunch. I went and celebrated the Singapore give money to do government funded dinner, and I go there with my wife and my children, and we have spicy Singapore meal. We have meal. And last slurping curry. And so I didn't, right before we left for that, the guitar came. And so I opened it when we got back. But I had a lot of other work to do in preparation for a new venture. But I got to play it a little, and it is exactly what I looked forward to and expected. So I'll be writing and recording maybe some new songs about the world, about worldliness, and with my new Geeter. I'm very happy with it. It's very compact, smaller, considerably smaller than the Martin D15 that I have, that I love. But now I'm at a place I don't need any more guitars for a long time, because this is my next level up. So I really like it. And now I just need a Fedora to match my Waterloo. Do we have soup dumpling? No, we don't have soup dumpling. We have curry pump. And we had some sort of fusion noodle. And we have some sort of fusion curry with the beef. It's like beef rangoon over the right. And we have some sort of chicken, some sort of game hen with the hot sauce, with red hot sauce. Give me butt fissions. Give me anal fissure. Hurts so bad when I poop. Soup dumpling. I got lost a noodle. I'll have the Maine lobster. Because I'm the Maine lobster, you get it? Get a Fedora? Never. Never, ever. No. What else, you guys? Give me some questions. Cornish hen. Out with the spicy Cornish hen. Maybe make you poo-poo hard. Make you poop so hard. You say, are we on the toilet? You say, are we on the toilet? Everything, there will be other righteous groups rising up like city-dwelling version of the Bears that's just consists of architects, artists. I don't know. I mean, there's something very consistent about the cities, the overpopulated areas, the conveniences, the technology, the advancements, that really encapsulates worldliness at its core. And I think there's like a unmovable truth about that. In other words, I don't know if you can infiltrate the condensed worldliness of cities with logos-based stuff, because ultimately it attracts the hedonists, the utilitarians, the atheists, the people who pursue their appetites. There's something symbolic and true about appetites and the correlation with dense cities. It's almost like irrefutable. So I don't know if I'm getting your question correctly, that there's any kind of sub-communities that could rise up to any level to undermine or overturn what the archetypical city life pattern is, and always kind of was and always will be, in my view, is that it really represents the illusory elevated state of living. You're above the land, literally, most of the time, physically. There's a space between you and the grass and the earth. There's cement. Everything is a barrier. You can't see the horizon. You're stuck beneath tall shadows of buildings, and you're basically in sort of like a man-made maze. So in a way, a grand city, as beautiful as it could be, in a way still represents a somewhat of a counterfeit of the creation. But there are some cities, a lot of European stuff does still embody some real beauty, like logos-driven beauty, standards to meet God's standard, not like human standards, like, look how cool this is. Like building a statue, building a building that is built for God, really, that you can't actually reach God, you can't actually match the standard, but you strive for it knowing it's impossible. That kind of standard is amazing for human potentiality, It's like but the thing is, the cities will always be sort of a shitstorm, The bears can't be duplicated. No, they could be multiplied, though. And that's what happens with communities like the Bears, or homesteading in general. There's a lot of overlapping categories within the Bear-Tarian community, that's what makes it really cool, because there's a lot of offshoots. It's not all exactly one theology, and there's all these overlapping trades and like sub cultures in a way. So it's definitely, you can multiply. If Jordan's the top lobster, what top would Ben Shapiro be? The top dreidel? He's... yeah. Tooterson's Native American name would be Crying Lobster. That's really funny. They call me Crying. What am I missing with the logoology thing? His cartoon's supposed to be funny. I mean, people don't realize I had a history with him. When he first started, I called him out and I was like, yeah, you're all this, the elements and the style is very much a little bit on the nose of my work, which doesn't take much. It's not an argument that my style is somehow like elevated technical skill. It's not, but it's distinct. It's, in other words, has a distinct signature. It has a distinct, what in some worlds would be called a generic trademark, and that's not a legal term. It's like Kleenex, like it when you see it, like, and that's that just took me doing reps and me doing proliferating a lot of work over 7 years. So it's not like the style itself requires a lot of work or skill, but the proliferation it does take a lot of work and dedication and skill, not skill, but like discipline to ongoingly create for a long time and reap the rewards of that. So when I called him out, he said, yeah, I'm inspired by your work. And I said, that's fine. And I, invited him to keep going and expand and develop his own his own style that's unique to him, his own expression. In my view, he really hasn't. It's not an angry thing against him because it's actually for him to do. It doesn't hurt me. It might dilute it. If I'm like a strong cup of tea, him proliferating stuff that's a little on the nose to mine might dilute a little bit. But you know, clearly what he's capable of doing is taking existing memes, which I've also done. And by memes, I don't mean drawings. I mean like actual ideas, concepts, rhetoric. And so, you know, specifically within the Beartarian community, Owen and company and all the people in the chat and all the creators and all the animators and all the funny jokes that occur live that are developed on the spot over time, they cultivate a real rich bank of memes. And I mean ideas, not drawings. And so if you sit within that realm, it's an endless reservoir of content that you can add to, and it adds actual value. And so, you know, it adds value to that specific arena, no doubt. But it also acknowledges where it's coming from. And the problem with him is that it doesn't acknowledge what he's, you know, he acknowledges the Beartarian stuff that's all cultivated through Owen streams and stuff, but he doesn't acknowledge that it's a clear a derivative of my style. And it's like, it's not a grabbly thing, you guys. It's not like mine. And I'm not saying I'm the only one who could meme. I'm not. That's not that at all. It's distinguish your God-given gift, right? Figure it out through reps. Do the reps and develop and discover your own very own distinct voice and style. That seems like pretty basic, appropriate advice for anyone, whether you're a musician, whether you're a writer. That's the best for you and everybody. That's all I'm saying. I don't really care. You can't really steal someone's essence. You can't steal really someone's unique expression, especially if it's been around and it's noticeable. So, you know, it's not a worry. It's just more like, oh, this again? You know, and so I think his stuff is funny. It's just, I wish he would maybe not make it look too much like mine. That's all. Doesn't seem like a big freak out to me. It seems kind of reasonable. Pinch-up, what you mean by what you mean, bucko? Super Boomer, thank you. I really like your icon of the iconic Super Boomer. But we're all good, you know. We chatted. It's like the stuff that's breaking off of this little like fake feud is really funny. Like people are doing memes, making fun of me, and then there's this one guy named Blended Bear who's actually drawing like, this is what's funny. He's drawing like these like colored pencils or pencils of color images, and I actually direct messaged him and I said, you know, you're actually treading pretty closely to my earlier work, which was done in pencils of color, and it's looking very similar to my early work. So it's almost like there's this fun riff where I could just start making claims on any form of coloring and art ever, and just find a time period in my life where that was the case. I think that's kind of funny. Brendan Waterworth, 499, Bill Gates. Why do good people fall for the C-19 bullshit? Well, part of the technocratic psychopathic agenda is to basically appeal to people's good sides. And so everyone wants better for the world. And so when you put people in the position where they're fearing for their life, what you do is you force them to act on their good nature to protect themselves and their loved ones. And we bank on this human capacity of care for others and self to really push forward our
That's right, Bill.
Oh, Melinda, you're so effing hot.
It's like musicians, vocalists, guitar players, you know who it is. Yeah, exactly. If you can develop that, that's a real testament. But the thing is, the irony about me whining about it, you know, and just calling it out, I get it. There's an emotional side. Keep in mind, I've just come off a huge ban. The results of which is finding my work all over the internet with my name cut out and new names put on. So I'm a little bit at the tail end of a bitchy couple of weeks. That's just the reality. I can own that. I'm a human, okay? I do have pride. I do have an ego. I can acknowledge it. It's fine. And so it's really at the tail end of that. But it's true. When you put in reps, you know, this is something I wanted to talk about just in general with building stuff, you know, whether it's, you know, what Owen's doing with Ursa Rio, building. When you guys build something, whether it's a family, a business, a community, you name it, whatever you're building, you know, your repertoire, your volume of creations, right? Only people who build over time can understand what protection actually is. That's why it's kind of funny to watch all of like these LARPing trads, right? That we've always made fun of. Protecting what? Do they have a family? Did they build anything to protect? Or are they protecting the blank space in which they could finally build? If we just clear out the space, then we can build something. You know, we're protecting the clear blank space. No, you have to build something, and people who build do understand the impulse to protect, especially as a male. Especially as a male, when you build a family, when you build a house, when you build a farm, when you build a community, when you build your volume of work, whether it's music, writing, art, memes, shit posting, whatever it is, you start to understand there is a relationship that should be expected, not looked down upon, when you protect what you've built over the course of years and the reps required to do that. Even if it's, in my case, what looks like very shittily drawn images. It's not about the quality of the drawing. It's not about whether it can be easily replicated. That's obvious. It's about the work and the reps put in. That's different. It's a different thing. It's a distinction that only people who do put reps in, musically, writing, comedy, whatever it is, they understand. And the people who don't. And that's why people who mimic and are able to kind of like work off of other people's built stuff don't quite understand when, you know, maybe they're called out on it. They don't understand the building process and what's required to actually build something worth mimicking. So, I mean, that's it. My 6-year-old did a crayon drawing that looked similar to Jim Bob's director of health, and told him to knock it off. That's hilarious. Yeah, pretty much. I was doing Radiohead covers before radio ever existed. Guess I'll hold off on my new stick figure. Yeah, I was doing stick figure. I was drawing, you know, I grew up in a really strict household, so, you know, didn't have access to pornography or anything. I had to draw my own, and that's where the stick figures. So if you start drawing stick figures and start using hashtags, you know, I'll definitely call you out on that. Because I mean, I still save some of the images I drew. Fugazi. I like Fugazi. There's a very specific Fugazi song called Arpeggiator. It's great. It'll really pump you up, you guys, if you listen to it. Who you are doesn't go away regardless of copy. Yeah. It's not a big deal. There is an element of emotion that I feel immediately when I see it. Like this one boomer guy just literally copied every aspect and just put it on a different image, and I'm like, it's just annoying. But yeah, you're right. It's like, it doesn't matter. You got to warm up to do JLP impersonation, Jim Bob. BG. Yeah, I can't wait to check out Barricade's JLP. I think everyone should be trying, because, like, you know, the stuff we've done, it's like Ben Shapiro, it's pretty much overly done by a lot of people and done well by a lot of people. Same thing with Jordan Peterson. I think JLP is the next one to really hammer home. So I'll be working on that. I'm going to be working on that. I think the caveman that made the first doodle must be laughing in their grave. Yeah. When you're doing this full time, you should build a home studio inside your car. It would be fun to park like a broken car in a new home, like outside, and just totally do it up, where there's a lot of room to play guitar and stuff. Klaus Schwab, do you make engagement rings for humans marrying animals? No. So true about creation. Adding other styles into your own toolbox isn't wrong as long as we end up with an original. Yeah, something that's uniquely yours. And again, it's development over time. I mean, anybody who does a process and kind of like tweaks it and works with it over time will actually develop their own like unique look, right? And that happened with me. If you go all the way back to the beginning, started with like watercolors and colored pencils, and then really sort of like sterile, flat digital drawing. And then I messed with the line a little bit, and then I messed with the color and the shading and all this stuff, and the process itself emerged, and then I just stuck with the process. And, you know, I don't know. So, Dr. Peterson, what is the best thing to do when we feel ostracized for our convictions but want to live authentically? Well, I would say, first of all, you know, definitely hides some of your convictions if it doesn't jive well with the people around you. Because first and foremost, your ability to make money and to sort of build enables you to be in a better, more powerful position to impact others. So, you know, put your convictions in your pocket. Save them for people who truly understand you, you know? It's like if you're making $375 a ticket for someone to watch you pace around holding your head, spending 20 seconds thinking about the right answer. You know, definitely hold off on your convictions, bucko. You know? Because you say one wrong thing, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's a reality, you know? How else are you supposed to spend all your money on communist art, you know? It's like... yeah. $333 for an elbow handshake. Yeah, exactly. I guess we'll elbow considering how dangerous it is out there in the world. We've never seen a pandemic of this proportion before. What does Jim Bob say about fearless authenticity? I think that's redundant. I think authenticity itself is automatically fearless. Or if you have fear, you admit it. And you're just like, oh, I'm fearful. And then you get over it. So, I mean, I feel like authenticity is just like the baseline. If you're authentic, you'll confront fear, you'll acknowledge fear, and you'll basically overcome fear really quickly. If you hide it and you pretend you're not fearful or whatever, or if you don't have a relationship to fear as like a sin other than fearing God, I think you'll occur inauthentic. So, yeah, that would be my spiel about authenticity and fear. You know, it's like, fuck.
How many V's would it take to get Shapiro level of autism? Well, I don't know. I mean, I can't even count on three of my hands, you know. It's like I can't even count on both my hands. And my toes, my little toesies. My feet have never been seen in public. You know, there is not a single shot of my feet. I consider that a win in today's culture. I'm leading the culture wars, folks. Folks, if you haven't noticed, who was there? Who was there when Gina Carano, whoever that is, got ousted from Star Wars? I was there. I was there with the net. Who was there? I already printed my name on the back of a director's chair, folks. It's like me and Gina Carano leading the culture war. That is why the Daily Wire here at the Daily Wire, we are leading the culture wars. We're leading in art. We're leading in entertainment. We're leading in all sorts of things, in basic, economics, in articles, in opinion, in op-eds. I mean, in comedy, in satire. We are leading. We are the leading force. We're right there, neck and neck with the Babylon Bee. Thanks, folks.
Peterson sounds like a Shaggy. Like, let's get out of here. It's like, let's get out of here. It's like, if you watch Scooby-Doo, it's like a gang of people of all varying types of diverse backgrounds, And it's like, they're always trying to find the monster. And I really relate to that, And it's like, every episode, give it, whether that symbolizes a year or an hour or a decade of our lives, It's like, there's always a monster to confront. There's always a villain. And it's like it always turns out to be a surprise villain, And it's like, no one ever thinks for a second that the monster could actually be Scooby-Doo. It's probably, and they couldn't probably remake that now, could they? Because Scooby-Doo is brown. Be considered racist. And he can't even talk correctly either. But it's like, sometimes when you're looking for the villain, you're actually in a hall of mirrors. And perhaps it's you who needs to take the mask off, bucko. And it's like, Can I clip that part of your stream challenging me to a... Yeah, of course. You can clip anything you want, Barricade. I have to still check in and see what your... I got to see your JLP, though. I'm really excited to see what you did. And to see if you maybe filled your mouth with some sort of, I don't know, like spit, like the what do you call it? What do you call that shit? Where you put tobacco in your lip? I think that's what's necessary. I think he put something in his lip. But you reject God? Are you a sinner? Are you a baby mama? Are you a baby mama? I gotta work it out with him. I need to basically be in my car for an hour just talking to myself with the record button on, and then just take what works and just make an animation. I'm gonna get so much abuse when I hit that target. Oh, let me tell you. I mean, Shapiro, why do we hate Shapiro again? Wait, why do we not like Shapiro? Someone fill me. When I do JLP, I mean, oof. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough week or two. Just clip your upper lip. You make a whore out of a woman? Are you a sinner? Amazing. Do you believe in the great white hope? Do you believe Donald Trump is racist? Do you believe in God? Did you reject your father? Did you forgive your father? JLP is unoffendable. Yeah, I don't think he's I can't tell if I envy that or not, because a part of that could just be you're just not there to be offended. He when people go after him, he's so stone cold that it's almost like, damn. He just looks through them and he goes, amazing, and then he'll just move on to the next thing. Are you amazing? Are you a real dominatrix? Didn't he have a dominatrix on? I think I just saw one ad of him. It was now in the next episode, I'm having a real dominatrix on. And it's just a woman with a whip and his arms around her. And he's he's basically, I'm pretty sure he's a creation of, who I think is funding him? Jerry Springer. I think Jerry Springer's let's just do this again, but black and Christian. Can we? Are you we're gonna come back and find out who the father is. He's basically Montel and Jerry Springer had a baby. Are you gonna find out who the father is? You think it's a black man or a white man? Is you a baby mama? Do you love your mama? JLP, it's getting there. Are you a beta male? Just practicing beta male over and over again. Pretty sure. I'm gonna definitely put James, Jimmy James, Big League Chew. Definitely Big League Chew. Are you I was wondering who funds him. I'm not sure if he and Chocolate Candy Owings get the same paycheck. I don't know. He black? Is he black? Is he black? Is he black? It would be fun to do JLP reading the lyrics to a Tupac song, but not making it too obvious. He's actually in an interview and he's just reading them. Dear mama, dear mama, always loved the word that you gave me. If I can get JLP voice down, I think I'll do Dear Mama. I think he's just gonna do a variety of random lyrics from Dear Mama by Tupac. Do you like rap music? Beta. What if he only talks like that on the air? That would be actually pretty hilarious and demoralizing. If we're actually living in that level of deception, which is not far off. If he was just like, "But your mama, oh, after the show," and then it's like, and he's like, "Can we get some burgers? Can we get some burgers down here? Thank you." All right, what's on the schedule tomorrow? All you little skinny white boys working for me with your little mustaches. What are we doing tomorrow, folks? Up. Yo, Jesse, you're still on the air. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you reject God? ArcTunes just officially announced you. Woohoo! I'm very excited about that. To be on the same page as a lot of those comic artists, Stone Toss, who I look up to actually, and Ben Garrison, who is a pioneer himself. Little swamp, little Q-ish, in this late stage, but I love it. So that's really awesome. I'm excited for that. Excited to deliver some goods to them and have another tentacle out there to people who I don't know. I actually don't know what that demographic is. I just assume it's a lot of crossover. I just assume people who like my stuff have a lot of crossover, obviously, with unauthorized and certain communities and ideologies. And so, but I also am totally unaware of what else is out there. That's the kind of the good thing about this whole Instagram thing. It's been a crutch for me, actually. Like sticking to growing it and being like, I'm gonna, keep, it's a good platform. And it is. It's like a useful platform, but it's run by a bunch of psychopaths, and they'll delete you at any moment. So it's been a blessing because it's actually redirected me to other places to pursue, and those places have their own platforms. And that speaks to everything that I preach about. And so it's all very consistent and appropriate for the time. If JLP was a secret Hamo, it could be. Do you like man's butts? Which cartoon would you pick to put on a billboard if you only had one? Oof. I mean, it would be fun to troll Bill Gates, but also only because he's so recognizable that it would be very easy with that pink sweater. I don't know. I'm not sure. I actually thought about that because I'm in the process of potentially looking at that in Hollywood. I don't know if you guys... Actually, I won't say their name because they keep some things on a DL. Anyway, people who have access to Hollywood billboards at a very reasonable rate, and we're talking like Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset, like these areas that are very rich with retarded liberals and whatnot. And so I don't know. I have to really think about that. What could really deliver? I wish they made square billboards, though. Jim Bob, do you have a P.O. box for mail? Yeah. Please, Megan. Oh, there she is, delivering. Woo! That was a close one. Yeah, made by Jim Bob, 10940 South Parker Road, number 814, Parker, Colorado, 80134. If you want to send me something, support physical super chat for all my impersonations and nonsense, handmade knives, art, whatever. Megan crushes, indeed. Indeed. I was going to print a bunch of stickers of your body, my choice, put everywhere. Yeah, go for it. Where is love? Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. The greatest possible scene in all of film history, you know. Probably the best soundtrack besides Schindler's List. I mean, I could definitely play both on the junior viola, but I actually prefer, you know, John Williams' version, you know. So it's like, I mean, is there a more epic film scene ever than that Star Wars film? You know, when Luke Skywalker is out on the ledge, you know, and he's looking at his daddy, you know, and Daddy says, "Yeah, I'm your father," and Luke's like, "No, that can't be. That's impossible." And then Daddy cuts off his hand and is like, "Ow, that's mildly inappropriate for a political discussion." It's like, "No, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna save a lot of money, and we're gonna use money against you." It's like, fucks, if you haven't noticed. It's like, we are the resistance. It's like, we are the rebels. And it's like, they are the Death Star. You know, the left is the Death Star. You know, it's not the Pentagon and their policies with Israel. It's the left. That's the Death Star. I need you to think that the left is a Death Star and that it's not a global one world government working together with the United States military and the UN to justify a lot of wars and destruction so that they can spend a lot of money and make a lot of money on rebuilding. It's like the Death Star. It's like, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the iron, the Iron Shield or whatever the hell it's called in Israel. It's like the Iron Dome. That is definitely part of the resistance. I mean, if you're gonna put the Iron Dome and you know, and all of their military equipment into a camp, it would definitely be in the good camp, you know, with the Ewoks and such. Definitely not part of the Death Star, folks. Ba. Someone actually married this guy? Yeah, Justin Davis. People do marry awesome people. Do a super gay Shapiro?
Well, I mean, if I were like gay, it would like probably sound like this. And it's like, you know, when I try to find people like on, you know, like local men who do handiwork around the house, it's like I totally went on Grindr because I thought like Grindr meant like, you know, work the grind, you know, like hard work, you know, free markets, you know, fuck. Oh, fuck yeah, free markets are so fucking good. And so I got on Grindr, you know, and it's like, you know, I had a little belly shirt on. It's like American flag. It's like one half was American and one was Israeli, and I had a little star on my nip. Yeah, and I fucking got on that fucking program so fucking hard. And I was like, listen, boys. It's like, I need someone to fix my fucking sink. How are you gonna fix my fucking sink so fucking hard?
Gay Shapiro's hilarious.
Well, you know, I was thinking of going, you know, I ended up in Nashville, but I actually wanted to go to Austin, because, you know, you could be totally nude and it's totally legal there. Yeah.
Justin's looking for a man.
I'm thinking I have a diamond-encrusted pink yarmulke, folks. It's like, It's like, yeah, look at the fucking glitter when I spin. Like when I go rollerblading, you know, there's this like nighttime club that I go to, and I put on my rollerblades. And I put on my fucking pink yarmulke, and you just can see the light bounce off that fucking thing.
I didn't realize there was no difference. There is no difference between Shapiro and Gay Shapiro.
Rub my tummy, Brady. Oh, Brady, Brett. Rub my fucking tummy so fucking good. Oh.
Can you explain why bigger hoaxes are harder to uncover than smaller ones? Yeah, actually, I did a stream on this. I basically what I discern is that it's the bigger the hoax, the less reference point of reference you have, and so generally people need a point of reference to compare a hoax to a non-hoax. So, in other words, could you actually show me what a real moon landing would look like compared to a fake one? No. How about a massive pandemic? Of massive... you couldn't... There's no reference points. But for smaller scale stuff, we have reference points. We could say, oh, no, that's fake. Access to the scale at which we can reference reality. And so I think the psychopaths know at the largest scale, at the largest scales, lies that are committed and deployed upon us. They know that there's no reference point. It's very difficult, if not impossible. How do you know what space would look like? Compared to what? So if the answer to compared to what is we don't have anything to compare it to, that's at the level where the true psychopaths work their massive lies and why they get away with it and why it's so effective, in my view. I think that's pretty much the ultimate variable in play. The absence of a reference point.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Moon landings. Yeah. Plural fake. Gay Jordan Peterson.
You know, it's like, you know, he was hot, you know? He was like looking so fucking hot. It's like, I say we get a bottle, you know? It's like Monday night, you know? It's like, why not get a bottle?
I am the first thumbs down for reference to whoever did the second one. Dude, just get out of here if you don't like it here. You fucking fag. Now you're just doing a British accent?
It's like, let's get a bottle, you know?
So I could just see him with like his arm, you know, like to the side, hip out. With like really tight corduroys.
It's like, I like art, you know? It's like, let's go to the gallery, you know?
Gay Hawkins. Like, the universe is like 60 billion years old. It's like, the universe is 60 billion years freaking old, yeah. The universe is so sexy. It's so expensive. I'm definitely attracted to black holes.
The universe is fab. The universe is 50 billion years old and it is fab.
Hey, brother, we love your streams. Whoa, a duo, Mr. and Mrs. Cheese. Thanks, Mr. and Mrs. Cheese. Thank you for being here. Woo, ooh. And gay Dawkins would be the same.
Hey, I'm not gay, I'm asexual. I am asexual. Ah, damn it. We are both, yes. Well, yes. What I do in my spare time in the bedroom has nothing to do with you, yeah, see, baby, what I do with my pee-pee, yeah. Yes. Yes, I am... That is none of your business if I am homosexual, yeah.
If I were to redo Star Wars, I'm pretty sure Dildo Dawkins, Richard Dawkins, would be C-3PO.
Luke. Oh, Luke. Oh, that's absolutely absurd, yeah? That can't be, the Death Star is impenetrable, yeah?
Anyway, I gotta go. Yeah. If you want to support me, super chats, buy the book, Savage Memes Volume 3, made by JimBob.com. Buy some t-shirts, whatever it is. There's plenty of ways to support me if you like what I do. Go visit ArcTunes. I don't know how the system works. I don't know if you could leave comments or like things, but everyone go over to ArcTunes. Unfortunately, I don't even have the website memorized in my head. But you guys know where it is. Just search it. And, yeah, that would be great. If I got a good, warm welcome from all you guys, if you can go over there, give them a bunch of likes and hearts and however it works. I'm actually not sure. But if there's anything to do over there, go give me a warm support. That would really make a difference for me. All right. Other than that, have a good day. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I'm going to try to stream with Mom Bob probably on Wednesday when I think they're back from vacation. So anyway, ciao.